Okay guys, we are up in the high Sierras. Lucy and I, we are out on the Hobie Pro Angler 14, and we are looking for trout. This is kind of going to be a high Sierra trout challenge. The lake's kind of warm. It's 73 degrees on top. I know there's a lot of small planted rainbows in here. Today is all about having fun. So I'm going to get out here. I'm going to start out trolling with a lead core rig. I'm going to put one of my micro trigger spoons on there, little tiny spoon. And we're going to work over the deepest part of the lake, probably down about 15 feet or so. See if we can pick off some trout trolling early. Then when that bite, slacks off, we're going to move up the lake, and there are some submerged weed beds in, 30 to 40 feet of water. Those weed beds hold a lot of trout in the middle of summer. It's August 3rd. So we are going to basically mooch bait over the top of those weed beds and see if we can pick up some more trout on power bait. So here we go, guys. I am going with a micro trigger. As I said, I've got one that is chrome. I put a little piece of red tape on it just to dress it up a little bit. It is armed with a super sharp VMC number 6 J-style hook. I've got it rigged up on a 8-pound test fluorocarbon leader. That's about 40 inches of leader up to a trolling swivel. This is one of my hybrid lead core rigs. I'm using my iconic yellow rod, one of my new gold and blue lead core reels, 3 or 4 colors of lead core on here. I can't remember, but we're going to be down, 3 to 4 colors. We're going to play around a little bit. We're going to work the deepest part of the lake because I know there's a lot of trout over that channel. They like to cruise that channel. And then we'll be moving up to those weed beds, up in the lake that I talked about a moment ago. So let's get after them. I'm going to get this line in the water, get this spoon working, and can't wait to hook my first trout. Here we go. Right there. Bam! Well, dang it, that one shook the hook. Get it back down there and see if we can get another one. I didn't get anything at 15 feet deep, but then I put on a little weight and dropped down a little bit deeper and got a hook up within a couple minutes. So hopefully I've got the angle of the dangle now. We shall see. Fish on right there. See if we can get this one in the kayak. Probably a feisty little pan-sized rainbow. Jumped all over it though. Just shows you what a few feet in depth change can mean. I trolled all over this lake at 15 to 20 feet, not a bite. Dropped down to about 30. I've hooked 2 fish here in the last 10 minutes. He's gone. Well, that's kind of how not to net him, but he was going back in anyway, so good for him. We'll get it back down there and see if we can get another one. Fish on. I got him dialed right now. As soon as I get it down there to 30 feet, it's fish on. The problem is I got out like 1,000,000 feet of lead core right now, and I got a 1 ounce weight on there too to get down to that depth. This would be much better accomplished with a downrigger, but I didn't bring a downrigger rod. I have my downrigger, but I don't have a downrigger rod, so we'll stick with the lead core. Making it work, definitely getting a lot of action. It is fun. So anyway, I'd like to get this one in the net though. Last one, I kind of rushed the net job. I was going to let him go anyway, which is just as well, but still, you like to put him in the net. Makes you feel like you're closing the deal. came off too. Oh man, that's cool though. Those are feisty little fish. He just barely hooked in the tip of the mouth. I just love their enthusiasm. These fish were planted in this lake probably, I'm gonna say a month ago, almost exactly. They're planted right before the 4th of July. And you know, we've had a problem here in the Sacramento region with, you know, not having a lot of hatchery fish because we're just coming off that drought, and they simply didn't have the cold water to raise a bunch of fish. So as soon as the DFW had fish to plant in some of these Sacramento area Sierra lakes, they went ahead and did it. And these are definitely catchable fish, but they're definitely pan-sized little battlers. I'm going to say they're a third smaller than the fish that are typically planted in this lake, but still a ton of fun to catch. And I'm just happy to see fish in the lake. Some of these fish will hold over. They're definitely dialing into the food chain here. This is a bug lake. They're down here eating insects. They're hanging out in those weed beds. So definitely a positive deal. It'd be cool if they were a little bigger, but they will be a little bit bigger next spring. A lot of these fish are going to hold over because they're down deep right now and not a lot of people are catching them. So I think very positive outlook here in the small Sierra lakes. We're going to have some holdovers, and I'm pretty sure with all the water we have, we're going to have some nice planters to put in these lakes come spring. So good stuff out here. Girl, what a swimmer. Come on. Well, we had pretty good action this morning trolling. The problem is I should have brought a downrigger rod and I didn't. And these fish were deeper than I thought they would be. They're all down 35 to 40 feet. So I'm having to run like 5 colors of lead core in that 1 ounce weight, which is just a ton of line to have out. And these guys are small as it is, so it's not letting them do their best fighting, that's for sure. And it's kind of monotonous, you know, reeling in all that line and putting all that line back out. So I'm gonna let this crazy dog get her energy out here. She's destroying a stick right now. But we'll let Lucy get some exercise, cool off a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back out there and I am gonna do some power bait drifting. And we'll talk about that once we're out on the water. But I think that's going to be really effective. We shall see. Well, okay, we got a little bit of breeze. Just about perfect. About 10 o'clock in the morning here. So I'm going to pedal up breeze here, kind of upwind. And kind of drift through that area where I was catching those trout on the troll. We get out to the bait here. Rainbow garlic power bait. That's what we're going to be using for bait. I'm going to grab this little ultralight spinning rod. I'm rigged up the same way that I would rig up for fishing power bait off the bottom, off the bank, or, you know, still fishing. I have a sliding sinker rig. I have a little egg sinker there. This is my main line here. Egg sinker, a bead, a snap swivel, and I have probably a 30-inch leader, 8-pound test fluorocarbon coming down to a small octopus hook right there. Simple stuff. When we get out here where I'm going to drop the bait, I'm going to put a little ball of power bait on there, and we are going to make some drifts across those humps and flats where I was catching those fish this morning. And I suspect we are going to have some action. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to simply drop this bait down to the bottom. There we go. I'm sitting on the bottom now. Now I'm going to raise it up a few cranks. And I suspect I'm in pretty deep water here, so I'm going to use my pedals to keep the kayak drifting down current here. Well, guys, I am surprised to say that trolling outperformed the power bait today. I spent 90 minutes out here drifting right around the areas where I was hooking fish while trolling, and I never got so much as a bite, which is really weird because I was out here with a couple clients, I don't know, 6 days ago, and they caught several trout drifting power baits just like that. But maybe they had the special technique, because I couldn't even get bit doing it today, and it's usually super effective out here in the Sierra. Well, guys, I was just wrapping up the video when my my big camera died. I guess my SD card is full. Anyway, fun day on the Sierras. Not the most productive fishing I've ever had. I was very surprised that the micro trigger spoon outperformed the power bait in that situation, but it did today. I hooked 4 fish on the troll. I'm using about 1,000,000 feet of lead core on a lead weight, and didn't get a single bite on the power bait. But tomorrow is another day. I will catch you next time right here on YouTube. If you're looking for gear, you know where to go. FHSfishing.com. I'm Kel Kellogg, and you have a great day.